Yes, yes, yes. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Touchline Talks here with your boy Jay Socials. Wow, wow, what a week. What a week. It's crazy how much things can change in 1 week in football. I love to call football the reality show of sports. Always exciting news, man. Just a week ago, as Manchester United fans, we were down. We were we were beat by Brentford 4-0. Our club hasn't seen this low in such a long time. So breaking news, obviously, everyone knows Casemiro from Real Madrid officially joins Manchester United. Wow, I'm excited. I don't know what I'm sure there's mixed reviews on this because obviously we've had a whole summer to bring the likes of Casemiro into the club, and we had to wait to the final hours of the transfer market to bring Casemiro in. Wow. But let's get into it, guys. Obviously, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I had to drop this video. Obviously, Manchester United plays against Liverpool tomorrow, which I don't want to think about right now. I just want to focus on Casemiro. Let's just have some fun this weekend, man. We can only dream. That's all we can do is dream. So obviously, I'm excited, but I'm cautious, guys. I'm extremely cautious at the same time because we have a history of big names who may be, big names who may be past their prime that do come into a club and flop. And, we could call it that they're coming in for a payday. Obviously, we do have the likes of Rafael Varane that came in last summer. And, he hasn't really impressed me personally. Obviously, he has an injury record. He missed a lot of games last season, and I'm sure he's going to be missing a lot of games this season as well. So, like we said, man, the list goes on. Schweistingers, all these guys that have come in, big name signings that have come in and flopped. So, basically, obviously, like I said, I'm excited, but I'm cautious at the same time. But this is a very positive transfer, guys, because Casemiro is an experienced footballer who has spent 10 years 10 years, guys. 10 years at the biggest football club in the world in Real Madrid. I don't care what EPL fans say. Real Madrid and Barcelona are the two biggest clubs in the world. Continental Europe, their history, their trophies say it all, backs them with that. So, and we know Real Madrid. We know Real Madrid. Perez is not someone who likes to keep players for too long. We've seen Real Madrid sack the likes of Del Bosque back in the day after winning the Champions League, but he didn't win the league. So Real Madrid is not shy to. They don't hesitate to take players. I mean, sell players, even if look at Ronaldo. Ronaldo left after winning four Champions Leagues with Real Madrid. So, you got to understand that this is a very positive transfer. Casemiro to be at this club for 10 years, first team player, extremely experienced. So, and I think Casemiro, obviously, he's the quality of Man City. I know the rival fans are all making fun of us right now because it was a last minute thing. We're paying 60 million plus add-ons, about 10 million in add-ons. So let's just call it 70 million. Obviously, at 30 years old, there's a bit of question marks. Is he past his prime? Is he just coming for a payday? But Casemiro will start. If Casemiro went to Man City today, he will be starting. So, you know what? All you rival fans, you guys can just hold that. You guys can just hold that. This totally changes our midfield, guys. This totally changes our midfield. We can now set up differently. We can now set up differently and look past the McFred pivot, guys. Now I can think of different combinations in my head. That is not McFred. That is not McTominay. Is not Fred. Casemiro and Fred have played together in the Brazilian national team, so they already have that chemistry. I'm looking excited. Is looking exciting, guys. And one of the things I was really worried about was in the last game. Ericsson played the sixth role. And Ericsson is a creative midfielder. We don't want to see him having to do all that defensive work. That's, obviously he's a different player from Paul Pogba, but we don't want that same story where we have a creative player who should be playing further up front the field, but is spends most of his time doing the dog work or doing the leg work or, the defensive duties that, as we all know, creative players typically don't like to do. And it's just a waste of such quality. So it's nice to see that, Ericsson would no longer be playing that deep role. Um, you know, because like we've been missing that number six for a long time, and finally Casemiro is here. When this news broke, I actually started imagining the midfield, of Casemiro, Ericsson, and Paul Pogba. Like, could you have guys imagine what that midfield would have looked like? Just imagine that midfield, because Casemiro could have played that Conte role. Then Ericsson, Pogba, box to box, and Ericsson as a cam, guys. But you know, the past is the past, guys. We can't, the past is the past, guys. So I can't dwell on that. We can only think about the future and move forward. So been saying this, man, our defenders aren't the greatest, and this is, having this kind of midfield is also going to help our defense. I've been saying this for a while. Our defenders aren't the greatest. We look at Maguire, Lindelof. We haven't had great defenders for quite some time, and obviously, I don't believe Maguire should be starting, but I think our defense gets exposed a lot because we don't have a solid enough midfield. Well, actually, for a long time, we've actually gone without a midfield, in my opinion. So when you don't have a strong midfield unit, you don't have, because the midfield is the core of your team. Midfield is the core. It creates the base for a defensive team, to be defensively sound. So I'm really happy to see this addition to our midfield. But yeah, like, and this is where I'm saying that is this is definitely we're gonna see improvements in our defense as well, because now we have a rock in Casemiro to protect the likes of Varane, protect the likes of maybe Maguire if he continues to play, or Martinez. So it's definitely exciting, because even you look at, a team like Real Madrid, they're not notable for great defenders. They're not notable for great defenders, but the likes of Sergio Ramos, shine because Real Madrid has always had the best midfielders in the world. If I could, from the Zidanes to the Modric's of this world, they've always had the greatest midfielders in the world, which takes away from their defensive weaknesses, right? So this is why I'm saying midfield has been key for us, and I'm very happy that it's that now, because we've been weak for way too long. That's why teams easily play through us. Like you look at Brentford, just counter attack. When we turn the ball over, you know, the turnover is just so quick. So I'm happy to see that things are getting better. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think? Obviously, the fan base is probably split because people are asking, was this Ten Hag signing? Was this a Ten Hag signing, or was this a club just desperate to please the fans and brings a big name into the club? I honestly don't care if it's a Ten Hag signing or a club signing. All I know is Casemiro is a quality player that we need. Like we cannot continue the season with a McTominay and Fred starting week in, week out. We cannot continue that, guys. It's just I think we've suffered enough as a fan base, and let's see what and I believe in Ten Hag. Ten Hag is a good coach, so why can't so the only way to prove himself is to coach good players. And I think he's realized that he can't coach all these youth players into elite players in one season. And you know as a United coach right now, you do not have time, you do not have the luxury to be training, to be raising players for the future. We want to win now. Fans are tired of a 10-year project. We've been in a project, we've been rebuilding for 10 years, guys. Rebuilding for 10 years. Most teams, most clubs rebuild within 2 to 3 seasons. Man United, we've been building for 10 years. We don't want to be an Arsenal. We don't want to be an Arsenal that, you know, was once great and now they're just a shadow of themselves. We don't want to be that. Ralph Ragnick even said it. No disrespect to the Peps and the clubs of this world, but if they have people in the right place at their respective clubs, and this is why they've been so successful. Well, Pep especially has been extremely successful at Manchester City, and if Man United, the Glazers have spent a lot of money, guys. The Glazers have spent a lot of money. They've just not spent it the right way because we don't have the right people in place. So if we can get the right people in place, a good coach in place, and a good team structure, guys, it shouldn't be taking 10 years for us to rebuild a squad. So I'm really excited with the Casemiro signing. Guys, let me know what you think about this signing. Let me know what you think. I think this creates a lot of options for us. Obviously, we still need to get the likes of Anthony in because our attack is looking weak right now. Like I said in the last episode, Sancho is not doing it for me at the moment. Rashford is a shadow of himself. Bruno is only a matter of time. Actually, only a matter of time before Bruno and Rashford do get benched. It's only a matter of time. So we need an Anthony to strengthen it. Why are we not getting um, Neves? Why are we not getting Neves from Wolves, guys? Like United needs to pull some guns and say, you know what, who can we get from the EPL that can, not necessarily starting week in week out, but is strong enough to come in and make a difference off the bench, because that's another thing we need is we don't have enough players that are like what we're historically known for, super subs. We don't have those super subs that can come in and change games, and it just feels like even when we make subs, nothing really changes because we're just taking like for like. We're replacing like for like. So I want to see us, really invest in our team in the sense that we have players that are coming in that can start for the first team, and also players that are coming in that, that can really make a difference off the bench. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about this transfer. I'm extremely excited. And tomorrow, obviously, you'll be catching me on the game, Liverpool versus Manchester United, the Northeast Derby. I believe that's what it's called. So that's going to be another big game, guys. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, and you can also leave your predictions as well. To be fair, I was for the Rabio signing, but now that obviously Casemiro is a much better option, because I was really just a fan of the Rabio signing just because we needed bodies in, and Rabio, I can still say that is better than what we currently have. So I'm really excited, guys. Let me know what you think. Till then, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care.